yeah, Sunday Mail, duty Paul,
Chief football writer.
when it broke. Yeah, I mean, it's probably I can remember quite, Craig White on the steps. So it was that night addressing the Rangers supporters, and the Rangers supporters wouldn't have it. Things were starting to unravel. There was a lot of stories coming out that were being denied by the club, by Craig White's own PR people. But it was still a shocker when it happened. You just never thought that could happen to a club like Rangers, that they could go into administration. But you could see, you could trace it back to at the end of the day. Craig White was the fall guy. He was in charge of the club. But it goes back to Sir David Murray's time in charge with the way the financial stuff was being run.
Selling it for £1. What's your memory of that day, Barry?
Horrible day. I couldn't believe it.
Where were you when you got the news?
Where was I? I can't. Do you know what? I can't even remember. I don't want to remember. If I'm being honest with you. Well, it was just horrible. Obviously, I had good friends there, still playing in the team. A lot of good friends behind the scenes, still working. I knew how difficult the situation, and we all knew it was coming. I mean, speaking to them, there was a lot of things going wrong behind the scenes. But Rangers, I've got a lot to thank Dave King for. He was the one that came in and eventually saved them. But no, it was a horrible reign. Craig White must haunt the Rangers fans. 10 years ago,
didn't it? The ramifications were absolutely massive.
I can remember a wee story, Paul. I can remember when it was Rangers' first home game under Craig White's ownership. I think Paul Murray refers to it today, and it was good interviews in the Daily Record with Keith Jackson. It was at Home Hearts, and the Sunday newspapers, we were given an audience with Craig White at that time. And I remember asking him an audience with Craig White before kick-off, and which was great at the time. You were one of the Rangers. This was a big thing, to get him face to face. And I remember asking him, Rangers supporter, Craig, what's your memories of growing up? So I think it was kind of ages with myself. So I think so it would be that kind of Walter's 9 in a row team into Barry's team. We did get him talking about that kind of era, and he struggled to answer, and there was just something in my mind at that time thinking, no, you should be rhyming them off.
Of course,
you should be rhyming it off. And he said, I can vaguely remember, the late great Davy Cooper and things. And I'm just thinking, no, it should have been obviously Davy Cooper, but it should have been Richard Gough, Brian Laudrup, Arthur Newman, Barry Ferguson, Paul Gascoigne, Walter Smith. And I just thought there was something just didn't quite sit right to me about the authenticity of the backstory in terms of his connection with Rangers. But there you go.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.